Moonshot's Kimi K3 just became the first open-weight model to sit in the same tier as Claude Fable 5 and GPT 5.6 Sol on the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, at roughly one-third the cost per task. In this video, I'll break down the architecture that made it possible, where it genuinely beats the closed frontier and where it still loses, and the deployment and geopolitical catches nobody's talking about. I analyzed 28 sources for this breakdown. Moonshot's own tech blog, Reuters, Axios, BBC, independent evaluators like Artificial Analysis, LMArena, and Val's AI, 5 deep technical write-ups, and raw engineer discussion from the r/local LLAMA subreddit. No sponsorship, no vendor spin, just the compiled, cross-checked picture, including the sources that disagree with the launch day hype. Section 1. What K3 actually is, scale, sparsity, and the architecture story. Let's start with the headline number. Kimi K3 is a 2.8 trillion parameter sparse mixture of experts model, but only about 16 of its 896 experts activate per token, roughly a 50 billion active parameter equivalent. That split is the whole trick. You get frontier quality reasoning while keeping inference cost manageable, because you're never lighting up the full 2.8 trillion parameters on any single token. This makes K3 the world's first open-weight model in the 3 trillion parameter class, nearly triple its predecessor, K2. It's natively multimodal across text and vision, ships with a context window of 1,048,576 tokens. That's a full 1 million token window. And it runs always-on reasoning by default. But the real story here isn't scale, it's architecture. Moonshot claims to have won 3 scaling battles at once. First, Kimi Delta Attention, or KDA, attacks the quadratic cost of attention at long context, delivering up to 6.3 times faster decoding at 1 million tokens. Second, attention residuals, or AttNRes, fight depth signal dilution. They selectively retrieve representations across depth, yielding about 25% higher training efficiency at under 2% added cost. Third, a stable latent MoE framework tames routing chaos as the model gets wider. Combined, Moonshot reports roughly 2.5 times better scaling efficiency than K2, trained in mixed precision using MXFP 4 weights and MXFP 8 activations. And here's the part that matters for researchers. KDA traces its lineage directly to Moonshot's October 2025 Kimi linear paper, refining gated delta net's forgetting mechanism. This is a genuine new architectural direction, not just a bigger version of last year's model. Section 2. The benchmarks. Read honestly, not as hype. Now the numbers, and I'm going to read these honestly because K3 does not sweep the board. On Artificial Analysis's Intelligence Index, K3 scored about 57, specifically 57.11, ranking 3rd to 4th overall. That places it above Claude Opus 4.8 at roughly 56 and Grok 4.5 at 54, but behind Claude Fable 5 near 60 and GPT 5.6 Sol at about 59. Where it genuinely wins is striking. K3 debuted number 1 on LMArena's front-end code arena, beating Fable 5 on the benchmark closest to real developer preference. It took number 1 on SWE Marathon at 42.0, ahead of Fable 5's 35 and GPT 5.6 Sol's 39. It hit top tier on Program Bench at 77.8. It scored 88.3 on Terminal Bench 2.1, right on GPT 5.6 Sol's heels at 88.8, and posted 91.2 on Browse Comp, where it honestly loses matters just as much. On Frontier SWE, it scored 81.2 versus Fable 5's 86.6. On Deep SWE, 67.5 versus GPT 5.6 Sol's 73. And on Humanity's Last Exam Full, 43.5 versus 53.3. So the honest frame is this. K3 wins where practical agentic and coding value actually lives, and it trails on the hardest deep reasoning tests. Moonshot itself admits it trails the top proprietary models overall. And here's the caveat every engineer needs to internalize before trusting a single one of these numbers. The benchmarks used different harnesses, so these are not clean apples-to-apples comparisons. The API is also reported as heavily censored. Independent reproduction after the weight release is the real test, which brings us to the smart move. Benchmark K3 against your own codebase, not against the launch day leaderboard. Section 3. Pricing, total cost of ownership, and the broken Chinese discount playbook. Pricing is $3 per million input tokens and $15 per million output tokens, with automatic caching at 30 cents per million on cache hits. And Moonshot reports over 90% cache hit rates in coding workloads, which is where this gets interesting. The real metric isn't the sticker price, it's cost per task. K3 comes in at about 94 cents per intelligence index task. That's roughly half the $1.80 of Opus 4.8 and about a third of Fable 5. And critically, that pricing is flat across the entire 1 million token window. No long context tiering, no penalty for using the full context. But here's the plot twist that surprised everyone. This is Moonshot's most expensive model ever, 3 to 4 times the price of K2.6. That breaks the cheap Chinese model pattern that has held since DeepSeek R1. The signal is clear. Open weight competition is shifting from price wars to capability parity. Moonshot priced K3 against Anthropic's mid-tier, not against the deep discounts the market expected. They're betting on quality, not on undercutting. Section 4. The catches: deployment reality, self-evolving claims, and geopolitics. Now the catches nobody puts in the headline. First, the self-evolving demo, and this one appears to be real, not marketing. K3 autonomously designed a fused kernel that cut forward and backward pass time from 283 milliseconds to 114 milliseconds without changing the numerics. It also edited its own 56-clip teaser video autonomously. Second, and this is the big one, open does not mean runnable at home. Engineers on the r/local LLAMA subreddit estimate you'd need roughly 1.6 terabytes of video memory to run this locally, north of $300,000 in dedicated GPU hardware. In practice, this is an enterprise or cloud model. The weights are open, but the compute wall is very real. Third, the geopolitics. The full open weights ship July 27, 2026, under a modified MIT license. A downloadable 2.8 trillion parameter frontier model offers a genuine path to AI sovereignty with no Western API dependency, landing right after the US forced Anthropic to temporarily withdraw its Fable and Mythos models. Moonshot didn't disclose its training hardware. It's a Huawei partner, and the launch coincided with the World AI Conference in Shanghai, featuring Huawei's Atlas 950 SuperPOD. Analysts are calling this a DeepSeek moment 2.0. So here's the takeaway for engineers. The open versus closed gap has functionally closed at the frontier. A single vendor, OpenAI only or Anthropic only strategy is now much harder to defend on either capability or cost. But be precise about what K3 is and isn't. It wins on practical agentic and front-end coding value, and it trails on the hardest reasoning benchmarks. The honest verdict: K3 is absolutely worth testing today via the API, but reserve your final judgment until the July 27th weights land. If this breakdown helped you decide whether Kimi K3 belongs in your evaluation stack, subscribe. I analyze every major model launch with this same depth. Drop a comment and tell me, are you planning to test the July 27th open weights against your own codebase? Hit the bell for that benchmark update.